Hi guys, this is Miss Collins, aka Miss Tell It Like It Is 48 the T. Yep, 48 the T, that's me. And I'm home from the hospital. Now, I've made a couple of videos since I've been home from the hospital because my thing is this. I'm not trying to let no monkey stop my show. And you know who that monkey is. You know who the clog in the wheel is. Now, am I angry? Am I beyond angry? Am I bitter? Am I frustrated? Am I all of the above? Hell yeah. Because what you saw me go through at that hospital was what my youngest son went through, Jacob. And he was only 5 years old. I sat with him through that whole ordeal that he went through. So you got an idea of what he went through. And he was only 5. Went in his bed, trying to pull the IV out of his arm. That steam thing on his face. It was like a recap of what he went through plus 5 for me. Because they stuck a tube down my throat. A bronchoscopy. Autopsy. Yes, they did do that to me. They stuck that down my throat. And, Did that in itself take me over the top? Was I gagging? Was I choking? That's the photos of that down my throat. That they had to stick that tube down my throat. It's called a bronchoscopy. Right there. You see the bronchoscopy? Bronchoscopy procedure. Yes. Autopsy. They did an autopsy. That mold on my window was not supposed to have been there. There was no reason for that mold to be there because the work that these people did in 2010 per my HP action and 2015 per my HP action should have resolved any mold issue. It should have relinquished any possibility of there being any mold or the possibility of mold ever being able to be formed. So somebody screwed up. And screwed up is not the word I really want to use right now. No, it's not. I go down to the management office and I speak to this idiot person by the last name Davis, this housing assistant. Oh, we need to put in a ticket and come and see. First of all, let me tell you something, Miss Davis, if you're watching, housing assistant. You're new to the management office, at least the management office where I am associated with. You're new to the office. You and that that assistant manager, Fable, useless person. She's useless. Okay? You're both new. Okay? So you don't know anything about my HP actions because when it was on the table, you wasn't anywhere around. You wasn't even a thought. You weren't a thought. Okay? The property manager, she just came on the scene where my HP actions are concerned. There was a property manager before her. So she knows, she's more so entwined to what's going on with my situation than you, housing assistant person, Davis, and assistant manager, useless one, Fable. Yes. So with that being said, I don't want to talk to neither one of you. Don't tell me that you want to come into my apartment and see what needs to be done. You want to see what needs to be done? Watch the videos. Or ask the property manager. She'll show you because she got all the photos. But we need to come in and do work. You need to come in and do work, first of all, in 2010 and in 2015, when staff came into my apartment to do an asbestos abatement on the roof. You came to the building, rather, to do an asbestos abatement on the roof. This building should have been evacuated. Yes, it should have been. Okay? When you came into my apartment, when you had your paint staff come into my apartment against court order, you weren't even ordered to have them come in and do any mold abatement. No, you didn't. You sent your paint staff into my apartment to do a mold abatement to get rid of the mold. to get rid of the mold, to get rid of the fact that there was mold in my apartment against a court order. You threw me and my child out on the steps. And I made that video because I had a video with the mouth, what you call it, thing, over my face. Showing how me and my son sitting on the steps, eating pizza and whatever. We wasn't supposed to be sitting on those steps. We were supposed to be at a hotel someplace. At your expense. New York City Housing Authority. Okay. Then when your staff came in here to cut out around the windows and whatever, you were supposed to have sent me to the hotel again, me and my son. It's called reasonable accommodation. That's what you're supposed to have done. Alright. So then you had your staff come to the building to do another asbestos abatement around the exterior facade, around the windows. While residents was in the building and it was 90 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside. No. This whole building should have been evacuated. Those newly constructed developments that you had over there, you're supposed to put people in those buildings over there. People in these buildings that you're doing asbestos abatement on. Good standing people. Rent-paying people. You take them out and you put them in those newly constructed developments over there and you tell them, we're going to, after we finish doing your the building, whatever, you have the option of moving back to your apartment if you want. If you don't want to, okay, let us know. And we will assist you in moving your items out, whatever you want. And then we'll just demolish it and do whatever the hell we want to do to the building while it's empty. And if whoever wants to move back, you're free to move back. You didn't even give us an option. You didn't give any of the residents an option. You just stuck us here while they was doing drilling and whatever the case, and rock, torch, and debris. You saw my videos. Rock, torch, and debris came into this apartment. I mean, it was like a sauna. We was baking. We were literally baking in here. So, excuse me. Yes, I'm home from the hospital with having pneumonia. Pneumonia in my lungs. See that right there? Pneumonia. See the name? That's my name. That's me. Right? Collins, pneumonia. Okay. What did I ask you for? What was my right to have a reasonable accommodation? That was my right. That was my right. How is it your right? Because I pay my rent, and I pay my rent in advance. We are now in October. You have November's rent. I got the email. You have November's rent. I've been paying my rent in advance for years, but that is going to end. All bets are off. I have no respect for you, New York City Housing Authority. You don't care about people. Forget about them being your residents. What about people in general? What about children in general? What about the quality of life? Your own logo. What do you call it? Clean, safe, and connected. Next generation NYCHA. Bullshit. Next generation NYCHA. How is it going to be a next generation NYCHA when you're killing the next generation? You're killing this generation. You're killing the generations. So how the hell, what's safe, clean, and connected? And it's funny how you're big. When it comes down to Twitter, you're big on showing videos and photos of NYCHA's garden and NYCHA's nice garden and this and that and cutting ribbons and this and that. Meanwhile, the dark side, you're trying to have it hidden. You're trying to hide the dark side. And who's exposing it? The media, me. People like me. Okay, Pix 11. They're exposing the dark side because you're trying to overshadow it with all of this bull crap with your gardens and your this and your that. Yeah, on the other side of the fence, on the other side of the world. You're not showing people dropping like flies, people getting killed, people dying, people with big rats and mold in you. Show that. Show the truth. All right. I asked you for a reasonable accommodation, a transfer from this apartment to another apartment where there's no mold, no mildew, no asbestos, no rats, no roaches. Oh, okay, well, you're not the only one. Okay, I'm not the only one, but I'm one of the many who took you to court and had you in contempt 4 times. And forget about what's going to happen when the judge see this and find out that I got pneumonia. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. When the judge see that mold and find out that I got pneumonia, contempt is going to be... seriously? It could have been a done deal. Miss Collins' case could have been settled. Bada bing, bada boom. I could have been in another apartment, whatever, and you could have done whatever the hell you wanted to do with this. But no, you want to be ignorant. You're ignorant. You want to be ignorant. You don't care. You don't care. You could care less. And this proves that you could care less because of what you allowed happen to me. You could have prevented it in so many ways because I made an outcry. Elected officials made an outcry on my behalf. Miss Collins and her son Jacob and her son Daniel. Yes, we made outcries to you before this happened. We made outcries to you before it happened to my son Jacob. We made outcries to you, and you showed me deplorable, garbage, nasty, mold-ridden, mold-infiltrated, bugs crawling everywhere units. And that's your way of saying to me, here, oh, but Miss Collins, the units that we showed you, some of the units were out in the building. As you walk in the building, chip paint falling on top of your head, asbestos all in the hallways. Like, what is that? Who's going to move in there? Doors wide open. The doors are wide open here. So who's going to move into that? Show me what you show the majority, not the minority. That's what I want. I want to see a ready-to-move-in unit in a building that is presentable where I can bring some of my coworkers and some of my family and not feel ashamed. Like, seriously? How about you living up inside these places? Would you want to do that? No. Would you want your family members? No. Damage is done. All bets are off. My respect for you, New York City Housing Authority, I have none. I have no respect for you in regards to you and what you want of me. All bets are off. Oh, we're going to call the district. You're not going to call nobody because no one is going to listen to you. Documents can't lie. Videos can't lie. Photos can't lie. And I got loads. I got tons. I don't got to say a word. All I got to do is present my evidence. And it speaks for itself. So with that being said, look at my face. How do I feel? What's going through my mind? What they say, if looks could kill? Look at my face. Look at my face.